I like to bless people. Am I efforting when I'm blessing people, or am I working as a cooperative component with the law of attraction?
Well, here's the thing. If you're steady, if you're ready to be ready, and you see someone and you feel like giving them a blessing, then of course it's advantage, because you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You're holding them as your object of attention, and it is beneficial to them. But if you see them in need of a blessing, you cut yourself off from the path. You cut yourself off from the energy.
Okay, question there. I'm driving along the freeway, and I love to drive, and I'm an extraordinarily good driver.
Yeah, because you're in the receiving mode, ready to be ready to be ready.
I just love it, you know.
Yeah.
And so I'm going, well, bless all these people, bless all these people. And you know, like especially when the traffic stopped, now I know they want some help.
Let us put it to you this way.
Okay.
And this is going to shake you up just for a minute.
Okay, I'm ready.
They don't need your blessing because they've got a direct route.
I know.
But they don't know it, mostly. So when you are really in the receiving mode and you are offering, you're yielding, you're letting someone in, you're waving them in, you're blinking your lights, you're sharing the freeway with them, you're appreciating them, you're looking for the positive aspects of them, you're smiling at them, your heart is joyful, you're inspired. You'll be inspired to be in the right place at the right time. You know what you'll be led to? When you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on like that, you'll be inspired to rendezvous with others who feel the same way. Ooh, and oh, that little pod of drivers moving through a city, that's a lovely thing to behold, because it's like you're doing the Virginia reel. You're just dancing with each other. Do-si-do. But if you are seeing them as in need, what you can't focus upon something going wrong and stay in the receiving mode. And sometimes you fool yourselves a little bit, because you see, this alignment with source energy is not like a college degree where once you get it, you get to nail it on your wall and it's yours forevermore. It either is or it isn't in the moment. And you can tell by how satisfied you are. So when you describe yourself as you described yourself, and we know, and you are so joyful as you are moving down those highways, you're in the receiving mode. And that's why you're a good driver. That's why you're intuitive. It's why you can anticipate what's going on. It's why you're in the right place at the right time. It's why traffic opens up for you. It's why you have good drives. It's why it feels good to you. You say, satisfied, 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 satisfied. But there's something going on with you, and we want to just touch on it really, really, really lightly. And it's the way you came into this conversation, and what you heard that you wanted to talk to us about healers, is because other people have been in the same place that you're at, where you want to take this energy of source and you want to direct it to people who need it. And it just doesn't work that way, because don't you think, since they've got an inner being who's flowing to them all the time, that if their inner being can't get through to them, you're probably not going to either?
I know, you know, I just love what I do. I don't really care.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
You know?
That's perfect. In other words, you got no dog in the fight. You're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You're blissful. Things are flowing through you. You're radiating well-being wherever you go. And law of attraction is bringing you to those who are ready for you. And you see what the best healing is. There are so many people who are just ready to be ready for you. And they didn't even know they were ready to be ready for you until you were there ready. And then the vibration of you and the momentum of them activated something within them, and they had a new experience. They had a new wonderful experience with you. They were ready for you, you see. When Esther first began receiving us, and different people would bring Jerry and Esther different things that they were learning and receiving in other places. And Esther would say, why are they lying? Because she could feel the power of what she was getting, and she believed, because of the process in which she was receiving it, she knew that she was getting it from somewhere other than from her own conscious mind. And when she would read things that were different, or hear things that were different, or mostly hear things that felt different, she would say to us, Abraham, why is this teacher lying to his students? Why are they making this stuff up? And we said, every teacher is ready for different students. If everyone was ready for the same, then it would be a very much less contrasting world that you are all living in, you see. But the way it works, everybody gets to be wherever they are, and that's wonderful. And your inner being can lead you from wherever you are to where you're ready to allow yourself to go. There are no limits for you. And you understand that you are eternal beings and that you never get it done and that you can't get it wrong. Then there's no big race to get anything done. When you put into it this desire for satisfaction, which is the same thing as to say the desire for alignment with my inner being, which is the same thing as to say I want to be in every moment that I can be an extension of my pure positive energy, which is to say I want to be the uplifter that I was born to be, which is to say what you've been saying to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah? Why did you raise your hand?
Partly to give you appreciation.
Yeah, got that before you came up.
Partly to prove to myself I could be without resistance.
Yeah. That was the part we were most excited about.
Which was interesting to a process to let go and not try to see if I was letting go.
Yeah.
And
through the process of what we've been talking about, you were just there. And in the absence of any resistance, we thought this would be the very best moment for you to
I actually
have a
gave up
demonstration.
I gave up any idea of even coming up.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't even be here today because I was supposed to be in a musical. I was going to play guitar. It was my first big part. I've been practicing for a long time.
Yeah.
And last weekend they had our first rehearsal with all the children and the director. Yeah. And she told me that halfway through that I hadn't learned my part well enough. So they asked me to leave.
It's all right. It's all right. Now don't groan.
Actually, I can tell you why it's all right.
But you see, you want to be ready to be ready to be ready to be ready, and you don't want to be anywhere before you're ready. And a manifestation like that is just saying you're not ready. And that doesn't mean you'll never be ready, and it doesn't mean that you can't get ready. It just means that you're not ready right now. And does anybody really want to be in the middle of something if they're not ready? You don't want to be somewhere if you're not ready. You want to be ready, don't you?
I was sad for maybe 10 minutes. I took myself to the ocean, and I thought about what I was sad about the most. And I felt it come in me that I really wanted to play with these guys and be a part of the band. Yeah. And I said, I still want that. And I felt it.
Oh, it didn't go away.
I felt it launch out of me. Like you talk about launching rockets of desire. It actually felt energy come in.
Well, here's the thing.
Gain momentum.
You're right. A manifestation that is not pleasing does cause another rocket of desire. That's what we're talking about. You put another engine on the track going that way. Your desire is stronger. But now the key is don't put another engine going in opposition as you justify that stronger desire.
Just go with it.
Just say to yourself, I thought I was ready to be ready, but I wasn't ready to be ready, but I can get ready to be ready, and it's fun to get ready to be ready, and when I'm ready to be ready, it will manifest. And you see, here's the thing. Here's what's in your vortex. What's in your vortex is music. What's in your vortex is success with music. What's in your vortex is doing a really good job. What's in your vortex is musical collaboration. What's in your vortex is music appreciation and music respect. All of those things are in your vortex. In other words, in very plain speaking, what's in your vortex would not allow you to go and not do a really good job. So that director did a better job of channeling your intent than you were, because you were going to march right in there and not be as good as you want to be. Are you following what we're getting at? It's sort of like one day a mother sat in the hot seat and she said to us, Abraham, will you give me the words so that I can help my son find a mate? And we said, oh, we don't think that's a very good idea. And she said, why not? And we said, because if he gets a mate right now, she'll be just like he is. She also will be unemployed. She will also not have a high regard for herself. She also will be dysfunctional in these ways, and they'll just clash with one another until they will break apart. And she said, oh, that's amazing. That's what's been happening. In other words, what we were saying, we weren't using the words ready to be ready. But if someone demands a relationship now before they are ready for the relationship they want, then the relationship is not going to be satisfying. It's not going to be pleasing. Now, we're talking about very minute adjustments here. It doesn't take very much to be ready for what you're wanting to be ready for. In other words, you were not really not ready, but you were not loose and free-flowing and sure of yourself. You hadn't sat in a room for nearly 3 hours and got ready to be ready like you did today. Today you got ready to sit in the hot seat, and we knew when you were ready. We didn't call you before you were ready. We waited until you were ready to direct this play that we're playing together. We waited until you were ready to be ready. And any good director, and that one is waiting for you to be ready. So all you got to do is get ready, not be mad at somebody who knows you're not ready.
I've been playing actually more since that happened. Yeah. It's fueled me.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Your desire is stronger, and what our wish for you is that while your desire has gotten greater, that your expectation become equally greater too. And that's the whole point of you sitting in this chair today, because we thought that would shore up your belief in your ability to rendezvous with something you want. Really good?
Yes.
Enough?